on KK Java Tutorials. In this video tutorial, we'll talk about Linux versus Windows, or you can say we will see some of the key differences between these two operating systems. Yeah. So here, first of all, let me tell you, if you are working on Mac OS, then Mac OS uses Unix core. So switching from Mac OS to Linux will be respectively smooth. But if you are using Windows, then Windows users who will need some adjusting. In this video tutorial, we'll introduce the Linux OS and compare it with Windows operating system. Yeah. So let's move. So first of all, we'll talk about the Windows versus Linux file system. In Microsoft Windows, files are stored in basically folders on different drives like C, D, E, right? A and B drive is already preserved for basically floppy drive and all. So if your hard disk drive size, if your hard disk size is 1024 GB, then at the installation time of Windows, you basically divide your all entire memory into different drives and files and folders, or all the basically configuration related files are going to store in these drives, right? But in Linux, files are ordered in tree structure and starting with the root directory. So here you can see this is the root directory, which is represented by /. This root directory can be considered as the start of the file system in a Unix or Linux operating system, and it further branches out various other subdirectories. The root is denoted by the /. A general tree file system on your Linux or Unix system looks like something this, right? So on the top of you have a /, which is nothing but the root directory. Underneath you have a different directories, right? Here you can see bin, boot, cd-rom, dev, etc., right? Now we'll talk about the types of files within these two operating system. In Linux and Unix, everything is a file. Directories are files, files are files, and devices like printer, mouse, keyboard, etc. are files. So now let's look into the file types in more detail. So first, a category of file is called general files in Linux or Unix operating system. General files, also called as ordinary files, they can contain image, video, programs, or simply text. They can be in ASCII or a binary format. These are the most commonly used files by the Linux users. And that's all about the general files. Then second category is called directory files. The files, these files are basically a warehouse for other file types. You can have a directory files within a directory that is called subdirectory. You can take them as folders found in Windows operating system, right? Then third type of file is called device file. In Microsoft Windows, devices like printer, CD-ROM, hard drives are represented as drive letters like G and H, something like that. But in Unix, these are represented as files. All devices files reside inside the directory is called /dev. So inside the root directory you have a dev, right? So somebody dev. So all the basically device related files reside in this /dev, right? Dev folder or directory, right? So here all the above file types including devices have permissions which allows user to read, edit, or execute them, right? This is a powerful Linux or Unix feature. Access restrictions can be applied for different kind of users by changing permissions. That's the beauty of Unix or Linux. Now let's talk about the Windows versus Linux user types, right? So when you take an example of any Linux operating system, then there are three types of users in Linux. First is the regular user, then second is the root user, that is also called administrative user, and third type of user is called service user. So let's talk about each and every. So first of all, let's talk about the regular user in Linux. A regular user account is created for you when you install any Linux operating system. Let's take an example of Ubuntu. Ubuntu is one of the Linux operating system. So when you install Ubuntu, at that time, a regular user account gets created in your Linux or Ubuntu operating system, right? All your files and folders are stored in /home /username directory, right? And that is called home directory for any user. As a regular user, you do not have access to directories of other users. These things you have to keep in mind. Now, second type of user is called root user or administrative user, right? So other than your regular account, another user account called root, that is created at the time of installation, right? The root account is a super user who can access restricted files, install softwares, has administrative privilege. Whenever you want to install software, make changes to the system files, or perform any administrative task on the Linux, you need to log in as a root user. Otherwise, for general tasks like playing music and browsing the internet, etc., you can use your regular account. Yeah. Last but not the least, we'll talk about the service account or service user. Right. Linux is widely used as a server operating system. Right. Services such as Apache, email, etc., have their own individual service accounts. Having service account increases the security of your computer. Linux can allow or deny access to various resources depending on the services. One thing here you have to, couple of things you have to basically note down over here. You will not see service account in Ubuntu desktop version. So if you have installed Ubuntu server version, then you will see service account. Otherwise, if you are running Ubuntu desktop version, then you will not get service account type, right? Now, regular accounts are called standard accounts in Ubuntu. Now, let's talk about in Windows, there are 4 types of user account exist. First is called administrator, then standard account, child, and finally we have a guest account, right? Now, next thing we'll talk about the Windows versus Linux file naming convention, right? In Windows, you cannot have 2 files with the same name in the same folder. While in Linux, you can have 2 files with the same name in the same directory, provided they use different cases. So in Windows, basically, folder names are not folder or files folder and file name are not case sensitive. But if you look into the any Linux, right, whether you are using Ubuntu or Kali Linux or any kind of Linux, so file and directory are case sensitive. These things you have to keep in mind. So if you have created, let's say, test.txt, first file you have created in a small case, and second is you have created in the capital or uppercase, then these 2 file Linux will understand separately, right? So if you go to the any directory and if you try to create 2 files with the same name with different cases, right, one is uppercase, another is lowercase, then Windows won't allow you, but Linux will allow you, right? Now, next we will talk about the Windows versus Linux home directory. This is really very important. So for every user in Linux, a directory is created as /home/, right? So inside the home /, if you create any user, then user directory gets created. Let's try to understand through an example. Consider a regular user account like KK. He can store his personal files and directories in the directory is called home/kk, right? If you create a user with the name KK, then one directory will be created inside the home, right? And within this directory, user can save his files and folders, but he cannot save files outside his user directory and does not have access to directories of other users. For instance, he cannot access directory like home/pk of another user account is called PK, right? So that's the basically beauty of Linux or Unix, right? That's how basically Linux basically maintain security. So you cannot access files of other user. Now, this concept is similar to C colon backward slash documents and setting in Windows. So as you know, in Windows, if there are multiple users have account on the Windows, then every user will have a separate C colon slash documents and setting folder, right? So this is typically similar to Windows operating system, like documents and setting. A file exists for all users separately, right? Now, when you boot the Linux operating system, your user directory from the above example, like home/kk, is the default working directory. Hence, the directory uh, home/kk is also called the home directory, right? Now, next thing we'll talk about Windows versus Linux other directories, right? In Windows, system and program files are usually stored or saved into C drive, as you know. But in Linux, you could find the system and program files in different directories, right? For example, like boot files are stored in the /boot directory. So here you can see there is a boot directory under the root directory, right? So all the basically booting related files, right? So once you switch on your computer, right, then booting process is started, right? Those kind of files are stored in the boot directory, right? And programs and software files can be found under /bin directory. So here you can see you have a bin directory under the root directory. So all the program related files like stored in the bin directory. Device files in /dev directory. Here you can see dev. Dev means basically all the device related files are stored inside the dev files. And you can see the below are the important Linux directories. There are various directories exist under the root directory. I will create a separate video there. I am going to explain you each and every directory basically with the little explanation, right? Now, last but not the least, till yet we talked about the many differences between Linux and Windows operating system. Here I have consolidated all the key points, right? So let's go through the each and every. So already we have talked Windows uses different data drives like C, D, E to store files and folders, but in case of Unix or Linux uses a tree like a hierarchical file system. Now Windows have different drives like CDE. There are no drives in Linux or Unix, right? So in Linux or Unix, everything basically stored inside the root directory, single directory. Now hard drives, CD-ROMs, printers are considered as devices in case of Windows. But hard drive, CD-ROMs, printers are also considered files in Linux or Unix. So in Linux or Unix, everything is fine. Now there are four types of user account types exist in the Windows, like administrator user, then a standard, child, and guest. But in case of Linux, there are three types of account exist: regular, root, and service account. Again, I am going to repeat: service account only exists in Windows Server version. If you install Windows Desktop version, then you will not get this kind of account. Now, administrator users has all administrative privilege of computer in case of Windows. But in case of Linux, a root user is the super user and has all administrative privileges. Now, last but not the least, we'll talk about the file naming convention. In Windows, you cannot have two files with the same name in the same folder. Linux file naming convention is case sensitive. So test.txt, which is in a small case, and test.txt, which is in uppercase, are two different files in Linux and Unix operating system. So here one thing I would like to make you clear. So first file, let's say you have created in a small case test.txt. In second file, if any of the alphabets is capital, then Linux or Unix will considered as a different file. So here all the basically letters in test I have given capital, but it's not mean that you have to capitalize all the basically letters. If any of the letter is capital, then this would be the different than the file first file, which is completely in a small case, right? So guys, that's all differences I wanted to discuss in this video tutorial. This video was more and more theoretical, but no worry, whatever we have learned, those things we are going to basically explore in much more detail practically in consecutive video tutorials. So guys, big thank you for watching this video, and see you there in the next video tutorial.